Welcome to the channel, folks. Today we're doing every QB is randomized for the 2025 season. We're going to see if the results are the same. We're going to sim until somebody wins a Super Bowl. So here we have a wheel here with every QB that started in the 2026 season. I made some changes to the list that I copied from Google. I have Justin Fields in here, and we're just going to get straight into it. First QB with a randomized team. Shador Sanders. So he's going to get probably a better team around him. And we'll have to see. I'm definitely going to have to mute this website. We'll have to see what happens there. Shador Sanders is going to the Rams. So they traded their edge rushers in real life in this offseason. But in this universe, in the 2025 season, Shador Sanders is going to be going to the Los Angeles Rams. So we'll have to see what goes on there. I'm not going to bore you with every single randomization, but I'm going to record them all. If anything interesting happens, I'm going to go ahead and comment on that. I don't know why, but it makes sense that Brock Purdy's a Cardinal. We're going to see who's next. It's going to be Mahomes. This is what I was waiting for. It's going to be Mahomes. He is probably going to be in a worse situation. There's a lot of good teams on the board, but it is kind of hard to beat Kansas City. Mahomes is going to be a Falcon. I mean, he has better weapons on the offensive side. That defense is definitely underrated. We'll have to see where it goes. This has been exciting so far. A lot of good QBs on the move, just as I was complaining about it. We get to see the game manager himself, Sam Darnold, on the move. Seahawks fans don't get upset at me. He's actually pretty decent. I admire how you guys don't put him in conversations he doesn't belong in. Sam Darnold's going to the Packers. So definitely a little bit of a worse situation, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, he still has a good defense and Micah Parsons. He's not going to be injured at the start of the season. We could see some things from Sam Darnold. And yes, this does take a long time to edit all these rosters and everything. But we're finally going to see my boy Dak Prescott. Go Cowboys, man. We're going to see him, my goat, on the move. Let's see where my boy Dak goes. Please somewhere good. Put him on somewhere amazing. No, please, Dak. And neither of those are very good. I don't know why I was holding my breath. My goat is going to be a Tennessee Titan. I'm so sorry, Dak. I'm so sorry, Dak. I guarantee he's still gonna carry that sorry ass team though. So we'll have to see how well he can carry them. I'm so sorry, Go. I didn't mean for it to end like this. Joe Burrow is accidentally in there. We're gonna see who else gets picked. My woat Jalen Hurts is up next. So honestly, I hope the best for him. He seems like a chill guy in real life, but he is my sworn enemy. No way. Oh, ew. Oh. Oh, nah, I can't do this video. No. No, I can't do this video. That's gonna feel so wrong. That's gonna feel so wrong. Jalen Hurts with my Cowboys? I don't know, yo. I might have to rewrite this one. Here we go. Next, we have 9 on the move. Now, if that coaching staff can't have 9 play at a high level, I kind of doubt anyone can. So this is the 9 sweepstakes we got going on here. It'd be hilarious if we went back to Minnesota. He almost does make it back to Minnesota. But no, he's going to Tampa Bay to play in Baker's spot. I don't think 9 is going to have a good time here. We'll have to see. Maybe he'll surprise us. We're down to the last 13 QBs in the league, and we're going to see who's next. Michael Penix Jr. So an interesting case. I think he's a little underrated, but He definitely has potential if injuries aren't a factor. Injuries are going to be on in the sim, but if he can stay healthy and play with the Seattle Seahawks, I mean, he could probably play at a Sam Darnold level. We'll have to see if the Seahawks can repeat championships here with Michael Penix under helm. We're down to the last 12. We get Stafford on the move. The interesting thing about Stafford, he's an awesome quarterback. He's going to need at least a half decent O line or a good scheme that will fit his pocket passing. We do not want a mobile system. Pittsburgh would be kind of perfect. Chiefs, okay. All right. I think Stafford can do things in Kansas. He's going to miss the Rams, obviously, but Stafford could be dangerous in Kansas. Matthew Stafford to Kansas is quite the pick. We'll have to see who goes next. It's if man himself, Justin Herbert. Let's see if he can get himself a better team. And if he does, and if he gets an O-line, if that doesn't make sense, but oh, oh no, oh no, the ifs are done. He's over. Oh, I'm so sorry, Justin. Justin Herbert is a New York Jet. That's terrible. Well, it had to happen to somebody, and that somebody just happened to be Justin Herbert. At least the questions can go to bed. We know he's not going to win anything, unfortunately. We got Joe Burrow on the move. Now, there are some great teams left in here. Joe Burrow might finally have an O-line. I know I'm being a little hypocritical, but he's going to the Dolphins. So it doesn't matter. He's going to have Tyreek Hill and Achane, so he might be able to do something with that, but this is definitely a downgrade for Joe Burrow. He is in a much worse situation. A lot of superstars getting downgraded on their team, so we'll have to see if they can back up their play on worse teams. Jared Goff is an interesting QB that's going to be moved here. He has a scheme that works for him, and it works for him very specifically. He's not very flexible in what scheme he can go for. He's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, which honestly I feel like kind of fits a little bit. Down to the top 7, Bo Nix is going to be moved here. I don't know why his name is so large, but Bo Nix had an awesome freshman season. This past season he was delayed a little bit. They still made it far in the playoffs. Can he make it as far with the Cincinnati Bengals? I don't know about that. I don't know, but he had a couple of great games still, so we'll see what he can do. The Bo Nix Bengals does have a ring to it. We're down to the top 6, folks. We will finally see Caleb Williams, the Madden cover athlete of 27, moved from the Chicago Bears. If I'm not mistaken, the Bears still are on the list, so he could just get reseeded to the Bears. He is going to upgrade, kind of, and he's going to go to the 49ers. I mean, definitely better weapons in that squad. So we will see what Caleb Williams can do in that system. The more I think about it, the more I like that pick. That Caleb Williams pick is going to be awesome. I'm going to definitely hop in those games and spectate those. Justin Fields is on the move. I'm excited for this too. I want to see if a team can fix Justin Fields. That would be awesome. I want to see him go all out, win the whole chip. That'd be... Okay. I think I spoke too soon. No, New York is a decent team, but I don't think they're fixing Justin Fields. Drake May being moved from the Patriots. That leaves Jaden Daniels. Drake May is going to be a Bear. Interesting move. They swap young QBs here. Let's see if Drake May can make this team better than Caleb. So we are back after changing the quarterbacks for every single team in the league. Here's some new looks. Very interesting destination spots. I want to look at Josh Allen on the Broncos. I want to look how JJ McCarthy does on the Buccaneers. Brock Purdy is cooked. Cam Ward on the Chargers could be interesting. Very unfortunately, Jalen Hurts on the Cowboys. I want to see how he does with our defense and our weapons. Of course, I'm going to be following the Titans. I want to see how my boy Dak Prescott does with his worst team. So we're going to go to the midseason. We're going to check out the schedule. We're going to look at some rivalries. We might go to a Titans and Cowboys game to see a Hurts versus Dak matchup, and we'll see what happens. We are in the postseason, boys, and the standings look pretty interesting. Immediately, I notice that the Giants are the best team in the league somehow. Another thing I immediately see is the Rams made a comeback. They're the top of their division in the NFC West. They figured it out. We have 3 NFC West teams in the playoffs, actually, and my Dallas team, led by Jalen Hurts, missed the playoffs entirely at 8-9. Not too different from real life, to be honest, but that's okay. NFC North, the Packers won the division with the Bears a little bit behind, and the South had the Falcons winning, and they were pretty head and shoulders above everyone else. So we're going to look at league leaders now. The best quarterback in the NFL in the great QB randomization goes to Bo Nix, who had 45,000 passing yards on 633 attempts. The interception to touchdown ratio is not great for him, and he got sacked 60 times. But hey, he had 198 long yard pass. So good for Bo Nix. Congratulations. He improved the most, technically, by a passing yards number. By a touchdown number, it's actually Sam Darnold and Patrick Mahomes that increased the most. With Caleb Williams right behind him, so that's good for them. So here's what our bracket looks like for the QB randomization. You can't see the bottom right, but that's Rams, Bears. In the wild card rounds, we have Steelers, Dolphins, which I forget who is on those teams. And we have Packers, 49ers. So we're going to hop into those games, and we are going to see who is going to win the Super Bowl with the great QB randomization. So not a very close game between the Steelers and the Dolphins in the wild card round. I couldn't even hop in because it was never close. That means that I believe Joe Burrow and the Dolphins are going home early. They were the lower seed for sure, so this isn't a very big surprise, but still. This is the first playoff game that has been close. It's 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter. It's 24-24. San Francisco and Caleb Williams are not supposed to be here necessarily. They have another injury on the play. They've been getting injured all game long. This is Caleb Williams' way to lead his team into the playoffs. We're in the wild card round currently. So Caleb Williams, game-winning drive potentially. We have a close to 2-minute drill here. They have 2 timeouts. Caleb Williams snaps the ball, runs in the pocket on the throw, delivers it to his tight end Kittle, and he is on the 44-yard line, so he's making his way down this field. They want a field goal at the least. They would love a touchdown. The pressure comes, deep ball from Caleb Williams, and it's a touchdown. That's good, Christian McCaffrey. That's Juszczyk. That's Kyle Juszczyk getting that long touchdown. And suddenly this game is not looking good for the 2nd seed, I believe, Packers. I mean, that was a bomb from Caleb Williams. So I forgot about this. Sam Darnold on the Green Bay Packers. He needs a game tying drive, in order to keep his playoff hopes alive. He's dropping back in the pocket. He delivers a bomb to, I believe, Tucker Kraft. And he's making progress here. That's a 2-minute warning. It's a 2-minute drill. It's not impossible by any means. I wonder if the Madden AI would go for 2 here. They're on the 46-yard line, the opponent's 46-yard line. So they're making way. They have 3 timeouts. A quick pass to Jaden Reed, I believe. He goes down the 34-yard line. They're doing amazing with their time management here. They don't even burn a timeout. They hurry up, no huddle. Quick throw again. I mean, he's making progress. He is making progress down this field. They use their first timeout. 28 yards to go until this game is all tied up. So does Sam Darnold have it in him? Emmanuel Wilson. Josh Jacobs might have been hurt. That might be why this game is so close. but it is a shootout, so I don't really know. Empty backfield. Sam Darnold delivers a pass, gets broken up. Not the worst thing in the world. They still have 2 timeouts here. They can do and take as long as they want. Looks like they're going for straight passing plays, which does make sense. They do need Sam Darnold to lock in here. He passes. Oh, down the field. Jaden Reed. I thought that was Jaden Reed. I wasn't entirely positive. Jaden Reed. It's going to be first and goal. And the Packers somehow are almost back in this game. Sam Darnold needs one more good throw to tie this ball game. Pressure comes. Pass to Emmanuel Wilson. He's not making it work. And it's second and goal with a minute to go. They do no huddle. Sam Darnold, what do you got in you? I called you a game manager before this. And now that the 2nd seed, about to be eliminated by the 9th seed, passes to Tucker Kraft for the touchdown. And this game is tied up. We're going overtime. So the situation is neither team scored on their first drive, I'm pretty sure. So now we have Caleb Williams needing to go about 20, 30 yards in order to get this field goal and win this overtime game. So definitely possible. They have all 3 timeouts. They're down to the 47 now with that 6-yard gain. He's playing it safe. I don't blame him. This is not Christian McCaffrey. This is Brian Robinson. It's the 2nd rush of the game. That was definitely unexpected. He breaks multiple tackles. Gets them in field goal range for sure, but do they realize it? The AI is pretty stupid, so we'll have to see what happens here. Look how many broken tackles from Brian Robinson Jr. here. 2 running backs in the backfield. You have to imagine this is another run. Caleb takes it himself. He's booking it down the sideline to the 18-yard line. Yeah, these guys are nuts. They're already in field goal range, and they run a keeper with their QB. I mean, it worked. And this is the end of the Packers. What an upset. They're trying to ice the kicker, but it's an 18-yard field goal, so I don't imagine this will work too well. What a game. Definitely a shootout from both teams. I think Josh Jacobs being down might have impacted this game a lot. But Caleb Williams and the 49ers will take the upset and move forward in the playoffs. Guys, I've just realized my GOAT, Dak Prescott, carried the Titans to a good seed. He is the home stadium in this wild card weekend, and I couldn't be more proud of my GOAT. All I'm saying is Jalen Hurts didn't get here with the Cowboys. That might prove some debates. Let's get into this game. Dak Prescott and the Titans versus Bryce Young and the Raiders. So the situation is we have 2 minutes and 25 seconds left on this clock for Dak Prescott to make a game-winning drive here. He passes to some bum. That gets the first down. Honestly, I've been watching this game closely because Dak is my GOAT. The defense on Tennessee has been selling the hell out of my GOAT so badly. We're not biased on this channel, by the way. This is definitely not a resim. If my GOAT goes down, my GOAT goes down. We have another injury for the Titans. It's been happening all game long. And when we need him most, I assume one of our O-linemen here is going down. That's terrible for Dak. It's been a one-man show. He's down to the 45-yard line. He needed to make something big happen here. Steps up in the pocket, delivers a pass to Calvin Ridley, who gets to the 36-yard line. Dak Prescott, can he carry this Titans team even further on his back here? They choose to no huddle at the 36-yard line. They can't walk away with 3 because they have no timeouts anymore. So they have to score. What a pass to Alec Ayumaner, I think. And they're down to the 24-yard line. No huddle. 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go for Dak Prescott. He drops back, delivers a pass to Calvin Ridley. He goes out of bounds a little early. That's okay. But Dak has been cooking here. Let's see if he can keep it up. Steps up in the pocket. Gets that first down with the rush. He's a little quick there. But they have 1 minute and no timeouts in the 14-yard line. At least they got a fresh set of downs here. Dak Prescott in the pocket delivers the pass. Calvin Ridley dives in for the touchdown. And suddenly the Titans are on top of this game with one timeout, maybe two. They had to burn that timeout early because of the injury. And with one timeout, they walk all the way down the field and get a touchdown here. They're going to go for the extra point to be up one, and it's going to be on the Raiders to come back and get the game-winning drive this time. Bryce Young and the Raiders with their game-winning drive, their season on the line. These are two pretty similar teams in record. Oh, crazy sack from Jeffrey Simmons. Just flies out of that field and blindsides Bryce Young. That's a great start for them. They have to burn one of their timeouts already. Bryce Young standing tall in the pocket, sacked again this time by somebody else. I didn't catch his name. The Titans defense, I smack talked them and they locked in, man. They're getting pressure on Bryce Young. He throws a bomb down the field. No. And Jack Beck catches it to keep the season alive. No, they're basically in field goal range. Does the AI notice Bryce Young with the bomb downfield? And they're gonna win the football game. No. Daniel Carlson makes the field goal and upsets the Tennessee Titans to move forward. Off of a bomb from Bryce Young to Jack Beck to eliminate my GOAT. The Raiders beat my Titans and move on in the playoffs. So we have an interesting matchup, a classic rivalry team-wise between Kansas City and Buffalo Bills, but it's Matthew Stafford and Jaden Daniels in the wild card weekend. It was a very slow game to start, only 6 points scored in the first half for the Bills, but Matthew Stafford is getting embarrassed by the Bills here in the playoffs. I mean, Travis Kelce is upset, and rightfully so. Kansas haven't been able to put a single point on the board with Matthew Stafford as their quarterback. Might be a scheme issue, to be honest. They might expect their quarterback to be a little bit more mobile. But Stafford, as you can see on the bottom, is playing at least decently well. He has no turnovers. And he has 180 yards. Maybe he's just not been able to do the carry job that Mahomes has been able to. The score is going to be Kansas City 8, Buffalo 24. They got that 8 all in the fourth quarter. This game was not entertaining at all. Kansas got beat down. And Matthew Stafford is ending his playoff hopes right here. Our next playoff game comes from the Falcons and the actual champs of the season, the Seahawks. But it's Michael Penix Jr. for the Seahawks, and it's Patrick Mahomes for the Falcons. Honestly, I think Penix might be getting carried by his defense here in JSN, but we'll have to see how this game goes. I'm excited to watch this one. So here's the situation. We are deep in enemy territory. It is the Seahawks that need to take the lead, but they're in a good position to do so. They're at the 38-yard line. I'm sorry, this is in their own territory. But Michael Penix Jr. has made this a close game as a QB sneak. Gives a new fresh head of downs. They have all 3 timeouts. They have the 2-minute warning as well. They can definitely get in field goal range as long as nothing goes horribly wrong and take a 1-point lead. This has been a pretty close game. Pressure keeps coming to Patrick Mahomes. It's interesting. Oh, this is an interesting route. This team might just be good for him. Looks like they're stacking the box here on the Falcons defense. Pressure comes and he can't slide off of it. That's a sack you cannot take if you're Michael Penix. You have to throw that ball away. He's at the 46-yard line. It's 2nd and 21. This game could be over right now if Michael Penix doesn't make a play. It's Jalen Walker that makes the sack here for the Falcons. And they might have won the game off of this one sack right here. We'll see if Michael Penix has it in him. They still have all 3 timeouts. They have to get these downs. Mid-sack, he almost catches the ball. I think it was Cooper Kupp. Somebody over there almost caught the ball. That meatball sub on the sideline. And as you can see, they have not been getting these third down conversions very often in this game. Pressure comes, and Penix can't get away. He gets sacked again. He gets sacked again. He is just not a scrambler like we know Mahomes to be. They're going for it on 4th and 26, and he gets sacked for a third time. For a third time in this set of downs, he's sacked. And that is almost certainly game. Unless something insane happens, the Falcons can run this ball out, and Patrick Mahomes will move on in our playoffs here. Seahawks have been forced to use all of their timeouts so far, though, so if they do get this ball back, it's going to be deep in their own territory with no timeouts to go. Mahomes all day in this pocket, passes to there's a train wreck in the bottom of the screen, and they have to. Oh, they're kicking. Yeah, they're at the 34. This kick is definitely going to be good. So Michael Penix Jr. with 59 seconds and 1 timeout on the clock has to get a touchdown. A field goal won't do it anymore. So you can't get sacked 1 time, much less 3. Let's see if he learned from his mistakes. Penix, there's a man in motion. Looks like JSN. Penix gets the ball. Clean pocket, delivers a bomb downfield to Torrey Horton. To Torrey Horton, and they get the 1-play touchdown. And they're gonna eliminate Mahomes and the Falcons with that play. What is going on with these bombs in the late quarters? And Torrey Horton of all people? I mean, he's double teamed and he's outrunning both of them. And Mahomes is eliminated from the playoffs because Torrey Horton and Michael Penix get a deep ball connection. And they're going for 2 just to BM them. They don't need this. I guess they'd make it, you have to get a field goal, but either way they have to do that. They get the field goal off of Kenneth Walker's catch. And it was a 1-play, 71-yard, 8-second touchdown. And it's Mahomes. You can never count out Mahomes. So we'll have to see what happens here. We'll have to see if he can lock in. Mahomes, clean pocket, delivers a bomb to Kyle Pitts, and he's moving upfield. They're in their 35. What is this game? This game is a blowout. Or a shootout, rather. All of a sudden in the 4th, they give it to Bijan. Bijan with a 10-yard gain. Oh, I forgot. They just need a kick to tie the game. I entirely forgot. They just need a kick, and the game is tied at 22 apiece. That's that second. I thought that 2-point conversion made it out of field goal range, but that was actually a very important 2-point conversion. So now we have a 22 to 22 point game, and we're going for another overtime unless another crazy Torrey Horton bomb comes our way. So in overtime, Michael Penix has found his way very close to a touchdown at the 13-yard line. There's 6 minutes to go on the clock. Michael Penix, clean pocket, gets sacked again, however. I'm sure we're about to see something insane because right after he gets sacked, he just turns into Superman, apparently. So Michael Penix, if they get a field goal, it's still decent for him. Seahawks defense is very good. He steps up in the pocket and fumbles the ball, but then he picks it back up. An O-lineman picks it back up, and the drive continues. All they have to do is stop Mahomes from getting 3 or 6, and they will win the game. So not great, but not terrible position they put themselves in. It's 3rd and 6 already in the Falcons' own 30-yard line. Mahomes needs to make something happen to keep this drive alive. Let's see if he can deliver. Walks out of the pocket, throws a high ball, it connects with Darnell Mooney. And it's a flag on Seattle, which doesn't matter, has the same outcome. So now they are almost in field goal range, which is one of those lines right there. And they're going to run this ball. They're not. It's a play action. Mahomes down the field to Darnell Mooney again, and that's a touchdown. That's the game. To Darnell Mooney. What a play action. What a ballsy play action. And Mahomes comes back and then comes back again to win the game in overtime. The Falcons win 28-25 in another overtime thriller. We've been getting some great games from this QB randomization thing, and we'll only see this go up. So I hope we have a great Super Bowl. I hope our Super Bowls are like this. But we're going to go to the Rams game next, and I'll see you guys there. It's Rams Bears, and we have Shador Sanders leading the Rams, and Drake May leading the Bears. So hopefully we have a good game going on here. Here is the situation. It's Drake May and the Bears with no timeouts left, needing a touchdown on their own 37-yard line in order to win the game. The Rams were in control of this game for a majority of the time. The Bears trying to make a fourth quarter comeback. It's not going well, as I jumped in this game and they started losing again, apparently. But Drake May might pull something out of his hat. He doesn't get the first down. I think that's Luther Burden dropping that pass. They have no fourth down conversions this game. Drake May needs a connection here. He gets it somehow. Colston Loveland catches that ball and keeps their dreams alive. And Drake May gets another pass. They're still 31 yards away from this touchdown. 25 yards. The clock has stopped. He can afford to sit and wait here for a second. Delivers a bomb. And that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown to a dude. I don't think he made it. But he slid in the end zone. And Caleb Williams has made the comeback. These two teams had the same record. But the Rams were dominating for 3/4 of this game. The Bears have only just gone back into it. Drake May might have completed this comeback. We'll have to see what they're going for two. I was gonna say we have to see what Shador Sanders can do, but they're going for two. They get the conversion to Colston Loveland here. So Shador Sanders on his own 27-yard line with 28 seconds remaining. 3 timeouts. Decides to run. Gives Tremaine Edwards a sack. That's 1 timeout down. Now it's 2nd and 16. He gets a check down. Kyron Williams did go down. This is Blake Corum in for the rest of the game. It's 3rd and 10. They have 2 chances to get a new fresh set of downs. They used 2 timeouts and they have gone absolutely nowhere. Shador fumbles the ball and it's 4th and 13. I think the game is over. They have to use their last timeout. 10 seconds are left and they're in their own 23-yard line. So it's looking like Drake May and the Bears made the comeback and is advancing in the playoffs. Shador, last chance, checks it down and it's not enough. Drake May has won his playoff game. So after the first round of the playoffs, this is what the bracket looks like. The wild card round is over. A couple of upsets did happen. The Raiders took down my Titans. The 49ers took out the Packers in that overtime thriller. And the Bears took out the Rams. So now we have Broncos, Raiders, Steelers, Bills, Giants, 49ers, and Falcons, Bears. Let's get into it with Giants, 49ers. So we have the best team in the league record-wise, the Justin Fields-led New York Giants versus the Caleb Williams-led 49ers. This is going to be an interesting game. We saw Caleb Williams cook in overtime, and this is our first time seeing the Giants and Justin Fields play on the same team. So I'm hoping this is going to be a good game. Let's get into it. We have Caleb Williams, as you can see on the bottom. in a 4-turnover game against the New York Giants, who is just cooking them right now. Caleb Williams, I'm not gonna lie, it's over, but we'll watch him try to get the points on the board anyway. I couldn't even hop in to see what the New York Giants offense was made out of because of how dominant this game was. I mean, the Sixers, the 49ers have been getting dog walked. Um, their defense have been getting dog walked at least. I mean, this has been a bloodbath. 3rd and 11, 4-turnover game. He's just been sacked again at the 28-yard line, but it might not be mathematically possible. He gets too much pressure. He has to throw the ball at an awkward angle. This Giants team came to play, and this might be the end of Caleb Williams' miracle run here on the 49ers. And Caleb Williams loses to Justin Fields, and it's by a lot. The Giants are looking hot. I'm not sure if any team can beat them. They had 4 takeaways this game alone, and they just cooked the 49ers. We had the Drake May-led Chicago Bears versus the Patrick Mahomes-led Atlanta Falcons. This should be a great game. The situation is looking pretty dire for the Chicago Bears. It's Mahomes with the ball. The Bears need a quick 3 and out. They have 2 timeouts remaining. It's not impossible. We've seen it from Drake May before. But this has been a pretty safe game for the Falcons so far. The Bears scored in this quarter to make it close. Mahomes is in his own 28-yard line, so to ice this game, he needs a field goal. But the Bears are locking him up right now. They're not gonna have any timeouts, and they need a touchdown if they hold them to a 3 and out here. But I've seen it happen with much worse QBs and much worse receivers, so I'm not gonna count Drake May and the Bears out here. Mahomes' final attempt to get this first down, he snags it. That's Drake London that catches that ball, gives him an extra first down. One more first down in this game is iced. I mean, the Bears have no timeouts, actually. That's the end of the game. That Drake London first down, icing the game. So Patrick Mahomes and the Falcons will be going to the semifinals. We have the Bryce Young-led Raiders versus the Josh Allen-led Broncos. This is the first time we're seeing this Josh Allen Broncos team. I'm suspecting that this team will go all the way to the Super Bowl, the Broncos team. But hey, let's see if Bryce Young got what it takes to take this Raiders team, this underdog team, another level. We're hopping in a little bit early because I'm excited to see this Josh Allen Broncos team. It's a close ball game, 1-point game. Josh Allen with the bomb up to Evan Ingram for the first down. This game has been not very back and forth, actually. The Broncos have been winning for a good majority of this game. The Raiders have made it close in the 4th, though. They've scored on back-to-back possessions. RJ Harvey will get a nice, decent gain here. The Broncos, I will say, they do probably need to score a touchdown to ice this game. The field goal might not do it because the Raiders are looking pretty hot. I mean, they just got stopped. They just settled for 3. But before that, they had a hot run, like he ramped the field in a couple of plays. Josh Allen can definitely see that exclamation point. So let's see how fast he can get rid of this ball. Pressure comes. He's pretty safe. He runs up the middle and gets the first down. Yeah, you cannot leave that much green grass for Josh Allen. He's going to take what he can get from that. At the 34-yard line in the Raiders territory, they fake the run, and Josh Allen gets blown up in the backfield. So it's 2nd and 12. If they can hold the Broncos to 3 here, they might be in a good position to win this game. Josh Allen intercepted off of I don't even know what just happened there. I mean, that looked insane. The right edge on the Raiders, I think that's a backup right edge. He just turned his head around from the check down and caught that ball away from RJ Harvey. That changes the course of the game there. What a pick. Now the Raiders are in good, but that's a 5 turnovers for both teams. This has been a slog. Now the Raiders are in great position to score. They're at the 25-yard line, 2nd and 3. They're definitely walking away with at least a field goal. Unless something tragic happens like this, blown up in the backfield. Bryce Young has a chance to take the lead, either by 3 or 6 here. Clean backfield, he steps up, gets impeded, so it's 4th and 5. They're probably going to kick this ball, take that 2-point lead, and they'll take that off of that pick that honestly probably should not have happened. So now Josh Allen in a familiar spot. He has to play some hero ball here and take the lead with 3 minutes on the clock. This has been kind of a shootout, but more of a turnover fest, as both teams have 5 turnovers. RJ Harvey is going to take it up the sideline. He gets at least 20, 30 yards off of that run. And they were not expecting that at all, the Raiders. It's 2nd and 3. They're at the 37-yard line, so they're getting pretty close to this field goal to reclaim the lead. Tight window pass, and then it's going to be a touchdown. He goes past 2 defenders. He shrugs them off, and Evan Ingram is going to get the 28-yard touchdown. As suddenly, in a couple of plays, Josh Allen has retaken this lead. They do have 2 timeouts remaining, so it's really not impossible to get 6 here. We've seen it many times. It's playoff run, but Bryce Young doesn't see the pressure coming. And the Broncos defense gets their 3rd sack of the day. This really has been a defense off, surprisingly, this game. Bryce Young mid-hit throws the ball and gets intercepted. I wonder where that ball would have landed if he wasn't impeded by the defense, but Riley Moss comes up with the interception, and that's going to ice this game. We have the Jaden Daniels-led Bills and the Jared Goff-led Steelers. I think this is the first time we're seeing the Steelers play, if that's right. It's probably not right. Let's get into this game. Should be a very interesting one. 2 entirely different styles of football. Here's the situation. The Steelers are down 12 points. There's 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go. They have 2 timeouts, and Jared Goff has to score very quickly to keep his hopes alive in this game. The Bills dominated the first half of football in this playoff game. The Steelers have been trying to make their way back. But the Bills offense, have just been way too much for the Steelers to gain from. Goff, man, what do you got? Delivers the pass. Is that to Calvin Austin? It's Rondale Moore getting the touchdown for the Steelers. They need an onside kick, and they're back in this game. So an impressive drive coming from Jared Goff. But we're going to need to see a little bit more luck. Here's the onside kick. First one of the playoffs. It's almost good. It hits the ground a little too hard. Keon Coleman comes up with it, and this should be game. Jaden Daniels in victory formation. He's moving on, and we might be having some uncomfortable conversations about Josh Allen if Jaden Daniels goes all the way. We have the Patrick Mahomes led Falcons versus the Justin Fields led New York Giants, the best team in the league, meeting in the NFC Championship round. This is going to be a banger, I hope. Let's see what happens. So as you can see, this has been quite the game. It was never close enough to jump in, but the New York Giants take a 10-point lead. They need a 3 and out in order to stop them here. It's not looking likely. It looks like Mahomes is going to be sent home here. The Falcons were lacking behind all game. They did score in the 4th to get to 24 points. They scored a touchdown. But they tried an onside kick. didn't work. Justin Fields just got atomized in that backfield. Every pressure came through. Every man broke his tackle. Both teams had 3 injuries each. It seemed like the Falcons' injuries were more severe. The pressure does come. It's not complete, so it's a 10-point game. The Falcons have 2 timeouts. It's Patrick Mahomes. You can't really count him out. The first onside kick didn't go over. They hold him to 3 and out. So you never know, man. We've seen some crazy things so far. The punt leaves time on the clock as well, so Patrick Mahomes has one more shot to win this game for the Atlanta Falcons. Mahomes quick pass to Pitts. That's 7 yards up the middle. They do a no huddle, which is the right move. They can't afford to use timeouts yet. Ideally, they score and still have a timeout left. Another quick pass to Drake London. Cadell Hodge, apparently. I know nothing. Mahomes, a laser. Is this Cadell Hodge again? I'm confused on who this is. This is Cadell Hodge. Who is that, Falcons fans? Let me know. 34-yard gain. Mahomes is making his way downfield in a very time-efficient manner. Another laser, but gets knocked out of the receiver's hands. I don't know who anyone is anymore, to be quite honest with you. Mahomes, very quick passes. He floats one to Kyle Pitts. It's 3rd and 2. They use their second to last timeout, so ideally they need to score right here. They get the first down. They're going to no huddle this. They need to get in this end zone right now. There's already less than a minute left on the clock. They need an end zone shot. Mahomes, clean pocket. What do we got? Delivers downfield. Doesn't get out of bounds. But they're at the 3-yard line. I have to imagine they might possibly run this. I have to imagine. Mahomes spikes the ball. It's the right play. Stops the clock. And he has Bijan in that backfield. This might be a crack toss. This might be some sneaky run play. It's not. Mahomes gets sacked. That cannot happen. That's the last timeout. That's a 6 sacks for the Falcons. What is going on this game? 6 sacks and they're still so far behind. Mahomes doesn't connect with his favorite boy in the end zone. It's 4th and goal. They take the field goal. Okay, I mean, technically, yeah. Technically, if you get this onside kick, then yeah. You have to score a touchdown now with this onside kick, but technically, yeah, you know? So let's see if this onside kick works. Oh, it went above the defender's head! With someone else in the backfield was able to pull it down. And the Giants are your NFC champions, led by Justin Fields, who knocks out Patrick Mahomes and the Falcons to move on to the Super Bowl. The AFC Championship round is headlined by Jaden Daniels and the Bills versus Josh Allen and the Broncos. The teams did play in real life, but the team's quarterbacks are a little bit different. Josh Allen is playing his old team in a revenge game. Yeah, revenge game, if I can get that on camera. And Jaden Daniels is trying to prove that this Bills team was good enough all along to go to a Super Bowl. It was just Josh Allen's play. So this is going to be a very dramatic filled game. We'll see what happens. It was a close game until the second half started. It was 17-10 going into halftime. I thought we had a great game on our hands. And then Buffalo just exploded. And their offense started absolutely frying this Broncos defense. So it's looking like Jaden Daniels. It's not even looking like. It is for sure Jaden Daniels moving on to our Super Bowl. Josh Allen is up to the 12-yard line. It's 3rd and 3. He makes a quick throw. That's a touchdown. So it's now a 2-score game. They need this onside kick pretty desperately to make it back into this one. The onside kick is not successful. Let's see if they can get these 2 first downs to ice the game. It's a run play for James Cook, and he is off to the house. They're already in field goal range. This game is iced off of that alone. I mean, Broncos gonna need a fumble, a pick six, something like that right now to win this game. What are they trying to score? They're not in victory formation. They're trying to score to ice this game. The ultimate BM coming from Jaden Daniels with a touchdown pass to Keon Coleman that was not needed. It's just not needed to do this touchdown. They've already won the game. I mean, they could have just kicked the field goal. But Jaden Daniels stat pads his way to the Super Bowl. And what an upset. I mean, this Bills team has been on fire offensively this whole playoffs. So here's what the bracket looks like after the great QB randomization. We have quite a few upsets in the early rounds, not as much in the late rounds, but this Bills team have gone all the way from the 4th seed into the Super Bowl into this Giants team, which is supposedly one of the best in football. It's going to be an interesting. I couldn't read if that's 2 or 1 by the Giants name, but it's going to be an interesting Super Bowl. We can finally watch this Giants team play football. I mean, I'm going to commentate most of it regardless. We'll see where you guys drop in a second. So the yearly awards, Sam Darnold wins MVP. Runner-up was Patrick Mahomes, not as surprising, and Jalen Hurts, who didn't even make the playoffs. So that's interesting. Sam Darnold MVP is definitely not what I thought was going to happen when I had this idea for this video. So there you go. I mean, he technically benefited the most. I mean, he's supposed to win a Super Bowl and he didn't, but he got MVP. So depends what you want out of a player's career. So in our Super Bowl, we have the Justin Fields-led New York Giants versus the underdogs, the Jaden Daniels-led Buffalo Bills. This should be a great Super Bowl. Both of these offenses were near unstoppable in the playoffs and the postseason. So it really comes down to which defense cracks first, and let's get into this. This game has been close pretty much the entire time. I mean, the Giants have made kind of a comeback in this quarter, but Jaden Daniels is looking to put this away. There's about 6 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. The Bills and the Giants have all their timeouts remaining. Jaden Daniels needs, at the very least, a field goal to keep his momentum going. He's making good progress on the field. This game is not as much of a shootout as I thought it would be. In fact, the first half was almost bare. Near the end of the second half, like the second half of the second quarter, the Bills went on a scoring streak and got most of their points. The Giants have just come back and done the same thing. So we're hopping in a little earlier here. We want to see how these Super Bowl teams are playing. And Jaden Daniels is in a nice rhythm here. He steps from the pocket, runs for a long gain, and slides down at the 28-yard line. If the Bills score a touchdown here, it's going to be very hard for the Giants to come back. The Giants haven't bled yet. Jaden Daniels takes off. He just is running all over this defense. I'm curious how many rush yards he has. 18-yard rush from Jaden Daniels. And this Giants defense cannot contain the run from Cook or Daniels. Looks like another run. It's a play action. Pass to Kincaid almost blew up, but the catch is made. The 3rd and goal situation. If the Giants can hold for one more down, we'll have a ball game. Jaden Daniels drops back, clean pocket, missile, gets blocked. Swatted away by Newbin. Would have been a touchdown if he didn't swat it, and they have to settle for their 3. It's a 6-point game, and suddenly the Giants can come back and win this. This is the first time we're seeing Justin Fields in a non-winning position up close. So let's see if we can see and analyze why this team has been doing so well. They have Cam Scatterboo in the backfield. He's a superstar now, I believe. Justin Fields, however, it's a 3rd and 5 situation. He does need to get a fresh set of downs. He runs up in the pocket just so quick and dives for that first down. Jaden Daniels and Justin Fields are having a scramble off right now, and this is the kind of football I want to see. Justin Fields drops back, passes to his tight end Theo Johnson. He gets a first down anyway, so it's all forgiven, and they chew more clock off the time here. They've used one timeout, so they're still in good graces with their time here. They could even run the ball if they want to. What they can't do is slow down. So Scatterboo catches the ball for 4 yards. Remember, no Tyrone Tracy, so Scatterboo has to do all this by himself. He's actually lining up as a receiver here. Justin Fields escapes the pocket, runs out, gets tackled, but still makes the first down. So Justin Fields making slow but steady progress. Remember, that's fine. They still have one timeout remaining, so they need to get some yards. This play, Justin Fields pancaked in the backfield. And that's not good. They have to burn their last timeout. It's 2nd and 16, and one of their O linemen have just been injured. So we need some magic here from Justin Fields. He has 3 more attempts to get this touchdown. Pressure's coming, and he's sacked again. Joey Bosa locking in for the Super Bowl. And it's unless something magical happens, Justin Fields sacked again. The pressure is coming towards him. And this pass rush from Buffalo locking at the big moment here. Justin Fields 4th and 22. We've seen it before from another team. What has he got? Catches, runs after the catch. He has a first down. Darius Slayton keeps the game alive when he's needed most. And the game continues onwards. Justin Fields spikes the ball. And if he scores here, Buffalo, they have 3 timeouts, but they'll have no time with those timeouts. And Justin Fields throws a pick. Justin Fields does the most Justin Fields thing he can do after just making the most impressive play in the Super Bowl and throws a pick in traffic to the strong safety. And that's how the Super Bowl ends, folks. Jaden Daniels will walk out, take his victory formation, and that'll be the game. What a way to end the Super Bowl after you've just made that Darius Slayton play, after you just converted that 4th and 22. It was 4th and 22 and they converted it, and he throws a pick that next play. That's absurd. 5 seconds on the clock. They're not even in victory formation. Where do they want to run the ball more? They don't. And Jaden Daniels has won the great QB randomization. We see Justin Fields not looking happy. This guy is very happy, probably the happiest guy in the field. The Gatorade, it's orange for whoever gambled on that. He just won some money. And Jaden Daniels, not a Cinderella run, but definitely an underdog run to get here and to win the Super Bowl. Well, guys, I'm getting up out of here. This was a very fun sim. I really enjoyed looking at the new QBs and how they fit into their new systems and how the new schemes are run. It seemed like the QBs that were moved to teams with similar schemes improved the most if they were on a better team with a similar scheme, rather. And the QBs that were out of their water, or they didn't know what was going on with the scheme they had. Like their previous scheme included a lot of pocket passing and their scrambler, something like that. They had even less, even a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, like even though he had in theory better weapons on offense, couldn't perform as well because the scheme wasn't manufactured towards him as much as it could be. But that was a very fun sim. If you want to see any more ideas, leave them in the comments below. I'm always down to try out new Madden Sims. And seems like this season is over. Let me know if you want a season 2. I can always make season 2, see who makes a dynasty. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.